What's up, you guys? This is Real Talk TV. Um, I am here tonight to I kind of talk about what's been going on in the Nature Boy sector. I want to really, I don't know how long this is going to be, but it's not going to be a long one tonight. Um, so I'm going to put the link in here for somebody to come up, but it's not going to be a long live. I'm literally just want to address what has been happening with the Italian mic, your thoughts, and here we go. Your thoughts. Oops. Where is the comment? Post comment. Okay, here we go. Oh, goodness. Chat. Let's see if it'll let me send a chat in here. What's up? What's up, you guys? Welcome, welcome. Hang on tight for 1 second. I just want to make sure that I can put the link in here. Paste. There we go. All right, please come up. In timeout, no. Please come up and share your thoughts whenever you feel like it. Make sure there's nobody here now. Okay. Let me know if, first of all, can you hear me? If you can hear me, please press 1. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay. Press 1 or say yes. Hello, hello. Hope my audio. Make a comment. If you can hear me, press 1. Make sure my volume is on. Yeah, my mic is on. Y'all hear me? If you can hear me, please press 1. Or I'm going to have to maybe go out to make sure that my volume is on. Hey, can you go online real quick and see if you can hear me? Mm-hmm. Can you go online real quick and see if you can hear me? See if my volume is working. Okay. I have one person watching, but I don't know if they can hear me. Oh, okay. Okay, it's fine. Never mind. It's good. What's up, Tamika? How are you? So like I said, I don't know if you heard me in the beginning. This live is simply me just talking about what's been going on. I was going to do a whole video slide or everything, replaying some of the videos of Italian Ryan is what I'm calling him. And Star, their little conversation. But I'm sure y'all already saw those videos. I'm sure y'all already watched them on other channels. So I don't understand the point in replaying it. I just want to get a discussion going because, oh, thank you. I'm good. I'm good, Tamika. Did you see any of the videos from Carbonation? Did you see the video with what I'm calling Italian Ryan and Star? Because I feel like people have seen these videos. Why keep playing them over and over again when really I just want to get to how people feel about him, how people feel about like anyone outside of the quote unquote Black community, trying to stop Nature Boy and ending carbonation. Because I feel like there's a a problem. People are having a problem with the fact that he's Italian, but nobody is talking about the fact that the African American, black, melanated, whatever you want to call us, the community is not really doing anything, and the ones who are doing something aren't being heard. So wouldn't you want to extend your resources to people who may be able to help? I trust him? I'm still working on it. I'm still trying to figure out if he has an angle, um, if he's the right person to do what he's doing. But again, what's the harm he can do? What's the worst he can do? Um, Tamika said, I've seen some of his videos, but I've seen all of Velvet's. Okay, okay. So he only has, if you go to his Instagram, he only has like maybe four now, 3 or 4 videos, and they are of him showing us that he is a diligent person. Like his father was a cult leader himself. Yes, I'm talking about Ryan. Yep, Ryan D. Yep, Sammy. Talk about Ryan D. His father was a cult leader, according to him, and it's true. I watched some of the footage. His father was a cult leader. He was excommunicated by his father, and then he has a daughter, and so he started, I guess, becoming a vigilante to protect his daughter, or he was doing vigilante type stuff, trying to track down um individuals who were trying to get talk to young girls, 13-year-olds and all of that. But to me, there's something going on. I don't know if he's on drugs. I don't know if it's just his disposition, because he was in a cult, grew up in a cult. I don't know, but he does seem a little bit off to me. But I'm hoping his heart is in the right place. Ryan always done these type of jobs. I have a strong, good feeling about this. Thank you, Rhonda. That's what I wanted to hear. Like, I want to hear what different people had to say about it. Um, like, how do you feel about this man? Because Nature Boy is Eligio is saying he's a white devil, but we all know what Nature Boy does. We know what this man is about. He Oh my god, did anybody watch what is that guy's name? And his wife name is Azim Shaka Zulu. That's his name, Shaka. So there is footage of Shaka talking to his panel, and he's telling them, he seems off to me too. I just can't put my finger on it. I did assume because he was in a cult. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Sammy. I thought I was the only one. I don't think that should be the determining factor for not trusting him. I think he might be off, but we may need somebody who's a little off. I think even if he is just somebody who wants attention, listen, if he wants praise, if he wants attention, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that if he can get the job done. And I think a lot of people, after reading comments and listening to other channel holders, I think that's not what they're seeing. Mostly because I believe a lot of these channel holders like the drama. They like the drama. They want for this to continue. What do you think, Sammy and Rhonda? What do you think, Tamika? Do they like the drama? Do they want it to continue? Because I can't see any other reason. Oh my God, it's one woman in particular, and I'm trying not to say her name, but one channel holder, and I'm trying not to say the name, but I remember a while back them saying they're not a takedown channel. They only report what they see. They're not going to, They could care either way. What happens to Nature Boy is just content to talk about. And and now and they're only going to report every so often. Then they're not going to be the first to report. And then here they are now, constantly reporting, constantly, commercials every 2 minutes of the YouTube video. So what is your intention? You have Uncover Nature Boy fan, have undercover Nature Boy fans, and they don't want him to be taken down. I believe you. Yes, Rhonda. They don't want him to be taken down. And they don't want him to be taken down because he's money. He's money. He's money to a lot of them, because my channel, even me, and I had to take a step back, and that's why I started talking about my books. If you go to my channel, I had to start talking about my book, because and doing DIYs and stuff like that, because I got such an overwhelming response on one video I did on him, on one video or a few videos I did on him, and it just made me realize how fascinated people are with him, to the point where they will make you become obsessed with him. And I think that's the power he has, is that people get, he becomes sensationalized. He's easily to become sensationalized. Sammy says, I think some like the drama because misery loves company. For me, it's extremely scary to see the fear in these women's eyes. Yes, it's draining for me to watch and listen to anyone from Carbonation. I can't. And did y'all hear that? Nateri is more than likely going back. Nateri is more than likely going back, and that's why I changed the title. Earlier, I had the title, what do y'all think about Ryan? Let's talk about it, Italian Ryan. But I decided to change the title to all, so much is going on, so much is happening, but there's no change, because of that very thing. All this drama in the past few days, past few weeks, depending on what you identify as drama. And still this man is walking around. Women who have left are deciding to go back. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So where do we go from here? My last live, I was encouraging people to contact the FBI. I myself contacted the FBI, encouraging people to, be educators and advocates against what is happening. And then I go to look on a video from Bigo, and you have our brothers, what you would call our brothers, our melanated men, being bought and sold to allow him on their platform. So everything that we do, all the work that we put into exposing them, means nothing if they keep making money, he keeps making money. Because what he does with that money is he bribes people. Shaka said it. He offered Shaka $10,000 to get Velvet on Bigo. He offered him $10,000 to get World News on Bigo. I don't understand what that means. Why they would want World News? They will offer him $10,000 to get World News on. I don't understand that. But it's money to be made, and so that is the lure for men, and the men are going for it. The devil do know his time is almost up, and Nature Boy know it. We can see it falling apart. But when I did a video on Aswada Yende. I did a video on Jim Jones. I did a video on maybe 2 or 3 other cult leaders. And I'm going to be honest, it took 20 to 30 years for them to get caught. And Nature Boy has only been at this for 6 years. So do you really believe Nature Boy is going to go down? Put it in the chat. Yes or no. Do you believe his time is up, or is this just another episode in his, this telenovela, this Afro Latino telenovela? Yes, if you think this is going down, it's over. No, if you think this is just another episode, drama filled episode. And okay, yep. Okay, hey, what's up, Major Jungle Beats? Oh, you guys, for anybody who please like this video, please like this video, comment, subscribe. I did have a winner for my book. It was Aquarius Sun. If she comes in here, please remind her that I don't know, just let me know if she comes in here. I think both until I see results. Thanks. Yes. Major Jungle, yes. I think both, because we just don't know. How many times have we said, oh, this person gonna bring them down? Oh, it's it this time. Velvet gonna bring them down. Or the woman who was in what's her name? Candy. Candy gonna bring him down. Who else? Who else? Everybody says Star. Star is gonna bring him down. Everybody said that. Oh, this the person, this the person. And he's still here. He's still here. And the things that I've heard that happened to these women, oh my God. Yes, Aquarius Sun. She did. She got her book. I'm gonna send it off this week at some point when I get out of the house. But oh my God. I'm a person who is against, unconventional sex. So sex, I don't know if I can say that word on here the way YouTube acts, but the things that these women endured, the things that they put themselves through and allowed to happen to them simply because they were young and naive, it breaks my heart. Oh my gosh. And I think we will eventually find out what happened to Zolka's baby, Sammy. I think we will eventually find out what happened to Zolka baby. What's up, Monique? How are you tonight? Yes, telenovelas. I be watching them, learning my Spanish. But I honestly believe somebody who was it? Shaka said that the baby may have been dropped off at the hospital if it is alive. But somebody go to the tea. Please check out the tea, y'all. I love that channel. The channel holder is for the cause, for like really for the people, for the women, and maybe the men, but just bringing awareness and exposing Natureboy and the people who pretend to be concerned about ending all of this. But if you watch the videos, watch the video about Zolka's baby. About when Zolka talks about what happened to her baby. If you read the comments, I read the comments. I love the comments because it brings light to some of the thoughts that you have. And one of the things that I noticed was Zolka said that when she was doing the video shoot, yes, me too, Major Jungle. When she was doing the video shoot, she felt movement. Yes or no, you guys? She said something didn't feel right. So it felt like she felt like she was going into labor or something like that. So how can you push out an unborn and still feel movement? I mean, if the baby is not moving, the baby is not moving. If the baby was stillborn, then how could the baby have moved? And how could the doctor have not seen that? You claim you were going to checkups, so how could the doctor have not seen? Because the first thing, I have 3 children going on my fourth. In 2 months, my baby will be here. Less than 2 months, my baby will be here, and I feel my fetal movements all the time, all the time. And they tell you to monitor the movements every hour, especially before and after meals. The tea is official, yes, yes. Um, and they tell you to monitor the movements, count how many, especially when you get to this stage. So if she was going to the doctors, she would have noticed something was wrong right away. She would have noticed the baby wasn't moving a long time ago, because the baby just don't stop moving. The baby it don't happen like that. Um, and then they hook you up to an ultrasound. The moment you get into the hospital to deliver, they hook you up to an ultrasound. Don't matter where you are. In Puerto Rico, oh my goodness, is a mess. When I tried to call the mayor's office, the governor's office, in Puerto Rico, their system is, let's just say they have a lot of their own drama, but the hospital is, like any other hospital. It's like, going to a hospital in a third world slash, poor neighborhood, third world country, poor neighborhood type of thing. But they still have the equipment to determine if your baby is okay. They can hear the heartbeat. You get what I'm saying? She didn't go to the exactly. She did not go to the hospital, Rhonda. Always lying, always. Sammy said, I don't think she went to the hospital either. Velvet said on Beagle that Natureboy doesn't really let them go to the hospital or get checkups when they're pregnant. Nope. Nope. And I'm so tired of speculating. I'm so exhausted of speculating. I'm so exhausted of the gossip portion of all of this. And when I did my last video about carbonation, I was so excited to get things going as just a viewer, as somebody who wasn't there, how could we take action? And a parent, one of the parents, and I also listened to Mind Over Matter. Please go to his channel, check him out. He has some really good commentary. Mind Over Matter TV. He also pointed out there is nothing we can do. When I try, as much as I try to get in contact with the governor, I believe it was, in Puerto Rico, who probably changed 3 or 4 hands this year since the election. I think it's 3. They couldn't refer me to anything. It just was chaotic. But once I get to the person, what do I say to them? Yeah, I saw this stuff on YouTube. It's nothing we can do except expose them. It's nothing we can do except protect our own children. You get what I'm saying, you guys? So don't feel bad that you are on the outside looking in. Peace. Okay, a major. Oh, you weren't here when we first talked about. Okay, what do you think about Ryan? Sounds good, but I remember that DreamWorks donates to carbonation. They donate to them? So I heard they don't donate to him. I mean, they donate because they're, how can I put this? They're giving him money as a donation, but he has a contract with them. I heard that as well. And I heard that from the white woman who bailed him out of jail. So Ryan, to me, and I think it was, who was it? Was it Sammy? Ryan to me and someone else. I forget who it was, but we feel like something's off with him. Something's off. But would you rather continue another 5 to 10 years of Nature Boy? Would you rather somebody be off and have some connections, maybe some ulterior motives, like um that whole reward response type of thing? He might be a person who likes attention. Let's give it to him. If he can help the situation. You heard what? What you hear, Sammy? And just so you guys know, please, if you are just coming in, like this video. Please, please, please like this video. Subscribe to my channel. My goal is to get 1,000 subscribers if it's possible. Share this video. Never judge a book by its cover. If exactly, Rhonda, exactly. I don't think that's him being a strange character is enough to throw him away, to ignore what he is trying to do. And so I think, Star, on the other hand, I don't trust her. I mean, I'm sorry, you guys. It's something about Star that really is off putting, because she went. I would prefer Honor. I'm sorry, her real name is Alicia. I would prefer Alicia link up with him, or who else? Who would you want to see match up with who would you want to see match up with Ryan? Oh yeah, that DreamWorks send him money. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, 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 Sammy. Monique, what you say? Yes, I was feeling the same way. It's really nothing we can do. Very draining. Yes. Let's see what our guy Ryan can do, because I'm so sick of this man. Now, Star, that's a different story. uh, that's right. Star is a different story. She's a character. Remember, these people, they come from. She has 7 children, right? Is it 5 or 7? She has 5 to 7 children. And she was able to somehow fly down there on his expense, fly down there to do whatever it is they're getting ready to do. With the 5, mind you, she has 5 children who are still at this stage waiting for a mother. Yes, Mind Over Matter TV. He has an amazing channel. He has an amazing point of view. Oh my gosh, like, listening to him really allows you to analyze what is happening in carbonation. Like, my channel is not for the gossip. My channel is not necessarily for, the drama. Nope. And so I look for other channel holders like Peanut Nola, what is his name? Peanut Nola 504 and Mind Over Matter TV. I look for those type of channels and for insight as opposed to drama. 7, she needs to be worrying about her kid. Exactly. Exactly. Why are you there? Why are you there, girl? Take your butt back home, so that, because I know you have girls. Take your butt back home so that your children won't end up feeling so lost, so confused, so motherless, that they make those same decisions that a lot of these that these members are making. Please stay tuned, you guys. I have not forgotten about the request. Somebody requested that I tell the story of the males, and I am working on that. I'm also working on my part 2 for the creation of a cult leader. Um, while juggling my doctor's appointments for my baby. So, and my body and my mind comes first. My emotions, my family come first. And this had become so draining because there is so much going on. So much going on. So many people are reporting on carbonation, and there's still nothing. I would say that because who do you think started the chain to break the cycle of women staying silent? Because there is like this chain reaction of people talking. I want to say Sybil, because before you would get one or two people who would speak out. They would say a little bit and then disappear. Yes, Pinot Nola is amazing. Um, Anetta, is that your name? Anetta, or do you pronounce the E hard? Um, Anita or Anetta. I think it's a reality show. We get pulled into the next episode, red pill, blue pill. Yes. How, and aren't you tired of it? Like, aren't you tired of this? Thank you, Major Jungle. Listen, I'm about to make. I don't even know how to do it. I ain't even going to pretend. But let me put that up there. I was gonna say I'm gonna make you a what do they call them? I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know. But it's usually people who like give the channel a lot of support. So yes, Sybil. Sammy says Sybil. Anybody else? Who do you think started this chain of speaking out? I say it's Sybil because nobody went into specific details about what the women went through and tried. I mean, she, glazed over who they were. She glazed over day-to-day life. And so for me, that is what started. Because and then she told stories about people that where they may wanted to have like, set the record straight. And when she talked about Shaka and Azine, their role in everything, their role in everything. I think they came out to set the record straight. Velvet would have never told us about that event. She would have never told us, you guys. Think about it. She left and came back 3 times before she left this last time. And not once did she mention the abuse. She mentioned that he did things, that weren't right, that he wasn't taking care of the members. She used the term neglectful, but not once did she mention how abusive this man was on a day-to-day basis. There was even one point where she said he could have gave her a heads up that she was losing weight instead of acknowledging that he was starving them. I found that interesting. And she still hasn't mentioned anything about drug use. But Sybil, when she came out with that book, she told things that nobody knew about, like the anal penetration that we now see was rampant and probably still is rampant. Um, it's just mind-boggling. It's disturbing when you hear, and this is what bothers me about Shaka, because he's so nonchalant about telling the stories of these women, and these are very embarrassing. These are very embarrassing moments for them. But he tells the story of how what is her name? I don't know her real name, but she went by oh, what did she go by? The dark skinned girl. Mm, anybody know her name? Well, what they called her? Ra. or think it's Ra. So he tells the story of how Ra called another woman and was like, yeah, how do you treat this? Because he did this, you know, the penetration was so severe that I have hemorrhoids falling out. Yeah, Monique, thank you. But we remember when Ra left. She ain't mentioned nothing about that. Nothing. She didn't mention anything about it. She spoke out in this videos subliminally. Oh Lord, giving subliminals about you know, the manipulation, but she didn't talk about the physical abuse. Pocahontas, same thing. Yaya, same thing. They talked about the mental manipulation, but nobody talked about the abuse, the physical abuse, the the severe anal penetration. Um, what is her name? Um, the one. What's the female? What does that say? The anal penetration destabilizes the mind. It's not normal to a person's right. I was good. Listen, I wish I would have did my presentation now, kinda. I might do it another day. I don't know, but I just wasn't in the mood, you guys. I'm sorry. I was not in the mood because I'm just so tired of the drama. But but the the anal penetration, I looked it up. There's no lubrication in your anus. There's none. So the satisfaction, satisfaction, the satisfaction that one gets is from the person, I guess, penetrating you, not necessarily you, because it's a lot of you. It's a lot of preparation. It's a lot of lubrication that needs to be involved in order for both parties to enjoy it. Um, and and then the idea of what is, like, if you know anything about anatomy, he claims he's this, guru who believes in the sciences. If you know anything about anatomy, I was an EMT for 6 years. Um, you know where that area leads from. You know what comes out. I mean, the layperson know what come out. That is solely the sphincter itself head only goes one way. You get what I'm saying? Like each sphincter, you would call a valve. Each, like, if there's a valve that goes upward, you know that whatever is in the area of that valve the job of it is to go upward. So the sphincter, the anus sphincter, the valve, quote unquote valve, goes down, which means nothing should be going up it. Nothing. And that's why it's so many issues and complications that these women are having. Major Jungle said, who had hemorrhoids? Ra. I mean, that's so personal. But he said Ra had hemorrhoids, and she said it was because of the constant penetration, the constant anal penetration. Malia's organs shifted, and I believe it is a combination of physical abuse by members of Carbonation, the leader of Carbonation, and the penetration she endured. Yemi, what's up? How are you? Hey, Yemi. The link is in the chat if you decide to come up. I don't like to talk too much. I like to hear what other people have to say. So the 11 people in the room, like this video, please share, subscribe, and you are more than welcome to come up. I really don't like talking a lot, but I just want to bring awareness for people. I want to hear what other people are thinking. Valves are positioned in one specific. Yes, Yes, Major Jungle. See, man, and this is why I really enjoy going live, because you end up meeting like-minded people. You end up meeting people who understand, who know. Wrench, I don't know what. See, listen, let me see. I don't know what that means. I'm not. I'm not hip at all. Yes, they did beat Malia. Yes, they did. No, I don't think they enjoyed it. I don't think they enjoyed it at all. Probably did it to stay in carbonation. But why would you go? Okay, I'm going to ask a personal question, and it's only us in the chat. I can delete the chat once it's done. How many people in this chat? I got 10 people, male or female, I don't care. How many people, I'm going to say this so that you don't, put yourself out there. Know of someone or have received anal penetration? How many of you know or have of someone or have received anal penetration? Because I'm just curious. Hey, Lady Solo. Hello, hello. Thank you for stopping by. Not now. Stop. Not now. Okay. I've never seen you. Hello. How are you? Um, Lady Solo came from Peanut Nola's channel. Like I said before, go check out Peanut Nola 504. Check out Mind Over Matter. These are some of the heavy hitters in my book, the ones who get you thinking. People like World News give you the content, and the tea. I love the tea. I have nothing bad to say about the tea. Um, okay, Sammy. Oh my goodness, thank you for being so honest. And so my question is, Sammy, how how did you feel? Like, is it? I'm trying to figure out if it's something that could become enjoyable. Is it something that feels normal? Um, how does it make you feel? Because we don't talk about these things, and until I guess not even after they happen to us, and so we're ashamed to bring them up. Yes, Lady Solo. So we're ashamed to bring things up like anal penetration. Is it normal? Is it I mean, I understand people do it, but what are the consequences? Because the more research I do, the more it is a taboo, yes. Yes. But beyond being a taboo, um I guess my question is it safe? Because everything that I've read that says everything that it's not safe. I mean, too much of it could cause severe harm. Not being lubricated enough could cause severe harm. It's easier to contract sexually transmitted diseases than this way. It's a kink, and it's pleasurable if you're not in, and it is pleasurable if you're into it. Okay, I know someone, and all the chick do is talk about it all the time. Major juggle. You know what? Wow. Depends on the person. My ex is the only person who made it feel good in the moment, but afterwards I left sore and ashamed. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And for me, like the circle I would do, like the red circle, as a person who reads and thinks deeply, is the last word, ashamed. What would make you feel ashamed? Because obviously these women feel ashamed for what they do, because that's one thing they do not mention. Who want to have boo boo on a joint? Okay. I'm just hit the like. I have 13 people in. Hit the like. Hey, Chief Peanut Nola. That's what it is. Chief Peanut Nola 504. Please subscribe to his channel, please, y'all. Please. This is one of, like, you get a lot of wisdom and insight on that channel, and mind over matter as well. And LOL. um yes, Peanut Nola in the building, y'all. Turtle Island, woo. And so, yeah. And so the thing, I want people to understand is, even after Nature Boy, there's going to be somebody else, right? There's going to be somebody else doing this to people. There's going to be somebody else. It's shameful if you're not agreeable to it. It's shameful. Could it be shame? I agree. It's shameful if you're not agreeable to it. Do you feel like people get pressured into doing anal? Because, again, Shaka Zulu felt so comfortable to mention this about these women because they did it in front of him or when he was around. But you never hear any of these women mention what he has done to them. You never hear it. And to me, that tells me that there's some shame in it. They claim, they'll adopt the privilege of being his quote unquote wife or lover, but they won't mention, that violation. I didn't want to do it in the first place, but because he convinced me otherwise, I did it. So perhaps because pressure to do, yes, I didn't want to do. Yes, Sammy, you will get educated on indigenous. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. And you'll be, the people who are not indigenous, who pretend to be, like Nature Boy, will get exposed. Because if you know anything about our indigenous people, number one, they're, the job of us is to actually be a part of nature, and that's all aspects of nature, and that's to understand that we are not gods. We are not gods. We move in the we harness whatever light that the earth and the universe provides us, but we are not gods. You will get educated. Yeah, okay. The chiefs are for the people. That's right. That's right. We are chiefs and chiefesses, but we will never be God. And so somebody asked me, I answered this question a few times, but I'll answer it again because I think Major Jungle, you asked me, how do I feel about Italian Ryan? That's what I call him, Italian Ryan. And I think, again, Italian Ryan, if he's going to do what many of these so-called leaders of our community only talk about, if he's actually going to put in the work and actually go to, the headquarters of these places, I mean, I'm standing behind him. I'm standing behind him. Yeah, okay, that was you, Yami. Yeah, I'm standing behind him. What else can we do? We give him our support, but there's nothing we can do. And if you, again, go to Mind Over Matter, he'll break it down. There's nothing we can do. The same thing Velvet's dad said. We can only make other people aware. And so I'm gonna use that as a segue to buy my book. Buy my book. I promise you. Like, one of the chapters is about research. One of the chapters is about finding your identity, who you are. Can't nobody tell you who you are if you already know who you are. Can't nobody tell you who you are if you already know who you are. Um, don't be afraid to ask questions. And if a person tells you you cannot ask them questions, he told Alicia when she was arguing with him, aka Honor, he told her that she should never question her teacher. In what world? I mean, what world would a teacher say that? And mind you, I was taught by the European just as much as I was taught by actual elders. And you have to question them. You have to question them because you're trying to make sense of the world around you. You're trying to make sense of the philosophy that's being taught to you. Ryan got the complexion governmental agencies listen to. Facts. I don't care about the color of the man. I'm just gonna say man for now. Um, the man is toxic to all our youth. Who? Are you talking about Italian Ryan, or are you talking about Natureboy? Because there are people who think he needs to mind his business. Italian Ryan needs to mind his business. That this is a issue within our community, and we can handle it, and we can't, obviously. I'm so Monique. I'm so here for this takedown too. It's not happening fast enough for me. Oh man, Lady Solo, thank you for being here. I appreciate you listening to me ramble. Um, I appreciate your input. He doesn't want them to be bigger than him. And that's all the insecurities. Go to my video and you'll find out why. Or check out, I think other channel holders do talk about his childhood as well. And no problem, Lady Solo, no problem. And once so you guys, if I can get to 1,000 subscribers, I will give away another book. If I can get to 1,000 subscribers, I will give away another book. You can ask me any question about the book, teacher and students. He don't know the first thing about being a teacher or a student. He don't know the first thing. If y'all knew how much research I did on this little psychopath, he hardly ever went to school. The only thing he learned is how to con people. How to con people. He don't know the first thing about listening to a teacher, but he wants them to listen to him. He don't know the first thing about being a auditory student. He don't know the first thing about being an obedient student. Yes. Natureboy, he has to go. He has to go. He has to go. And just so I don't know if the T is still live, please check out the T's work. She does an amazing job with her editing and exposing them as well. Please check out the T's channel. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you only knew how appreciative I am. Because again, you guys, we have to look beyond what stuff do you guys listen to watch outside of Natureboy? I'm just curious because I know so many people who the reason they watch this is because it's similar to Love and Hip Hop or similar to, I don't know, another reality TV show. Oh, Atlanta Housewives or something like that. And we have to start as people of color, and as melanated people, we have to start looking and watching all as much as possible for knowledge and growth, education, communication, sharing with one another, building with one another. Yes. How do we do that, Monique? Tell me how we do that. Tell us how we can cut this snake's head off. Nature Boy, he think he a man, but he tried to act like a youngin to have control over impressionable. No, I don't think Major Jungle. I don't think he tries to act like a young person. I think he emotionally and mentally really suffer from some form of personality disorder due to the traumas he's been through, where he just can't grow up. I've seen it plenty of times in men, because I've never been around women who, been incarcerated, but I see it plenty of times from men who've been incarcerated, from men who have, lived a certain lifestyle. They never learned how to grow up, how to think like an adult. And so I think he attracts young people because of that very boyish spirit, and that's what draws people in. But he's a demon for sure. Too much other stuff. I don't know what that. He has to protect his fragile ego. Yep. By intimidating the weak. Yep. He is stuck because of his traumas. Yes. Yes. Not now. He is stuck and he can't get out. He's 40 years old in April. He'll be 40 years old and he cannot get out. He will not get out. It's a wrap for him. It's a wrap, like R. Kelly. They are so stuck in their traumas. If they were going to heal, they would have healed decades ago. Decades ago. So, the Peter Pan syndrome for sure. Speaking of, I cannot wait until my next video come out, you guys. I'm halfway through it, halfway with the editing. But Major Jungle, you reminded me of it because it's definitely a Peter Pan syndrome, and that is what my video is going to be based on. Loosely based on the Peter Pan syndrome, yes, for sure. And how he's able to lure other young individuals into him when he looks so old and so disgusting. Hi, current comment. Okay. I want to tag that one since they want me to hide it. Yes, for sure, you guys. Be sure to hit the like button. I know I keep saying it for those who've already been in here, but just in case somebody's new, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel. Share this live if you can. Hit the notification bell, and check out my video about my book for those who want more insight and more information on how to develop self-love, how to recognize a predator. That's really what this book is about, is to protect yourself. And the only way you can protect yourself is recognizing who to protect yourself from. I don't get into specifically what type of men, what type of people, but because I want you to do that research on your own. I want you to do that research on your own. Yeah. But you guys, I'm hitting the hour mark. So if nobody wants to come up, Malia has literally disintegrated, okay, in front of us slowly. Poor Malia. Poor Malia. All I can say is, Sammy, I know you don't want to hear this, but I think she had already disintegrated, honestly, spiritually, before even getting to carbonation. I think she was already broken way before getting to carbonation. And And that's how he's able to pull them in, because these individuals have reached rock bottom mentally. They have reached rock bottom spiritually. And so that was their last attempt at coming out of the darkness, only to be buried, you know? Okay. Okay, so we got 11 people in here. Before I go, I just want to ask you guys, what, if anything, what did you take away from tonight's live? What did you take away from tonight's live? What would you like to hear in the future? Because again, my goal is to not just report. I think she meant disintegrate. Do you mean deteriorate? Oh, me? I just was repeating what somebody else said. They said disintegrate, but disintegrate, deteriorate, um anything that involves the breakdown of her. You know what? I just realized these are two different. Hello, Nikki. How are you? Hello, Asiaka. Oh, I'm probably saying it wrong. I don't understand why he isn't arrested yet. It's so irritating. He isn't arrested because there's so much support behind him. He isn't arrested because there's so much money to be made from him, off him. He isn't arrested because his victims are the least protected in our society. I'm well, Nikki. How do you feel about all of this information you've been getting about carbonation? How do you feel? How are you ingesting it, digesting it? It's very sickening. It's very sickening. Don't forget to hit the like, you guys. Hit the like when you come in or before you leave. I greatly appreciate it. It helps my channel. Um, and the question I asked, because I am going to get off in in a very short minute, was what did you take from this live? Please, I hope you took something from this live other than gossip. That's my goal. That's my goal. Not well at all. Wait, Nikki, you said you're not well? Seeing what is happening to these women, seeing what is the breakdown. Okay, I'm just going to give you a little bit of what, for those who are still in here. Ooh, I'm giving you a secret scoop. For those who are still in here, I looked up for my project that I'm working on pertaining to carbonation. I looked up the background of some of these carbonation members, right? The males, because nobody really talks about the males. And I found that one in particular has so much going for him. When I mean so much, like so much going for him. And to come across Natureboy, I know for a fact there is some demonic secret holding him back. I know for a fact he did something that he is ashamed of in order not to go, not to come back, to reality. Yes, Nikki. Yes, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. But how do we suck ourselves back out? Is it possible to suck ourselves back out? How do we get out of this? Because this it's a loop. It's a loop. And my, oh my gosh, my husband was telling me, he said, it's like any other cycle. It's like any other cycle. It's gonna drive you crazy. You have to get yourself out of the loop. How do we get ourselves out without feeling without feeling like we abandon the women? I learned that we should all make peace with our past. Change is never easy, but you could do it. Yes, Major Jungle. Oh my goodness, you are on a roll today with these comments. How can I? Oh, there we go. You are on a roll. We have to make peace with ourselves, and that's where therapy comes in, which is a chapter in my book, and forgiveness. How many of you in here have been victims yourselves? How many of you have been victims yourselves of a predator? How many of you have made bad decisions and may have been a predator? At some point, you have to go seek help, whether it's religious help, whether it's spiritual help, whether it's psychological help. And you have to understand that that was the past. You have to let it go. You have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive the people who hurt you. Because if you can't forgive them, if you can't forgive the people who hurt you, you will never be able to move on. And you will in turn become this pessimist. You will become this person, this nature boy who blames everybody. He blamed his mother and father before we found out that his mother and father died. He blamed the white man until and still blames the white man. He blames African American women, black women. He blames um he blames family members, children. Yes, Monica, yes. You have to. You have to. That's the only way you'll have a future. That's the only way you'll have any healthy relationship. I'm not sure education is the surest way to upward mobility. Yes, it is. I think it is. But I'm not sure if it would help because Nature Boy appears to be the sole source of information. You mean for the people? The sole source of information from his followers? We were all drawn to the Nature Boy sector through different ways. Mine was music. Major Jungle Beats. Are you telling me that Nature Boy's music lured you in? Did you enjoy the music? Oh my goodness, I'm so curious. Did he pull you in a positive way at first? Yes, not nails. Yes, therapy does wonders. Yes, it does, and it helps you learn tools to deal with life issues. Yes, it helps you how to maneuver through those life issues. Right? It helps you how to maintain um, an emotional a grip on reality because sometimes our traumas can send us to a place that is not reality, right? Sometimes our traumas can be so painful that we want to just take our minds somewhere else. We want to pretend either it never happened, and then that's how we don't heal. We want to forget about it, and then we repeat those same traumas over and over and over again because if you forget it, how can you learn from it? How can you heal from it? And therapy brings it out. I don't know if he was what happened. I don't know if he was a predator, but I was physically abused by my ex for a long time. Oh, then yes, he's a predator. Yes, Sammy. If this is the same person who you had to deal with the other situation that you mentioned, he was a predator. Absolutely. And so now your journey, if you haven't already, begins. Your journey of self-healing begins, if it hasn't already. I believe everyone should invest in licensed therapy to heal past trauma. Okay, I'm putting that up. Yes. How do you pronounce your name? Asiaka? I probably said it right the first time. How do you pronounce your name? Because I want to be able to say your name correctly. It was the Shining Bright song. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Major Jungle Beats. You do know there's a song, who sang it? Who sang it? That is a copy of another song. He changed some words around. And yes, that is definitely a hook to bring people in. Oh my gosh. His heart is not even there. His heart is, if y'all know about carbonation, when it first started, right? It was called the Ethereans, and it was majority white people. Okay. It was him, some African Americans, and some whites. And that's when he was creating music, peaceful music, like Shining Bright. He probably wasn't even the one who came up with the song. I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't. No, I'm saying the education is, but he's their source, yes, which means they may not feel the educating themselves will free them. Oh, I agree with you, Nikki. No, oh no, they don't believe at all that um getting any knowledge from anywhere else is even necessary. You're 100% correct. Um, why does it keep skipping on me like that? Mine's was the knowledge. I'm on a spiritual journey. I found him. What? Wow, Monique. Wow, wow, wow. And so Monique, finding out that his knowledge, there is no knowledge. Where are you now spiritually? Where are you now? Have you found any other guidings and teachings? Nikki, no one seems to challenge what he says. They can't. Their minds are suffocated. They cannot. Especially in African American families, the saying, what goes in the house stays in the house is, oh my God, that is the most toxic. You are correct. That is the most toxic thing you can teach your child. That is one of the most toxic things you can teach your child. It's a lot of that. It's a lot of that. And so children are abused over and over and over and over and over. And by the time they become adults, their minds are so warped that they perpetuate that same belief, and the predator continues to do whatever it is they're doing. The videos, music, and scenery are the lures, yes, especially for the young adults who are starting out into adulthood. Absolutely, absolutely. And young adults, and myself, my younger self included, they know everything. They know everything. Oh no, this person's not a bad guy. How do you know? Because I feel it. So absolutely. Mm. Major jungle. I don't know what this word is. No. Can you put my phone on the? Keep it plug in my charger for me. Keep plugging my charger for me real quick as I wrap it up. Give me 1 second, you guys. Is it an outlet over there? It was okay. They take what he says as fact, yes. So they are not no invest. So they are not invested in seeking truth as they understand it for themselves. Thank you, Nikki. Yes, Bill Withers. Why does my phone? Thank you. Yes, I'm talking about the same person. Okay. She in Nigeria. Okay. Like a siaka, like the tree in Nigeria. Well, I'm not a worldly person. I've never been to Nigeria. One day I will. One day I will go. I want to go to Nigeria and I want to go to um, Gambia. Yuki Shu. Hmm. Or is it Akishu? Akishu? Pronounced. Okay, exactly. I think he was shown some universal truths at the start of his journey, but his ego kicked in when he began to get a following. Not now. I'm gonna be honest. If you know anything about his journey, um, or if you don't, that's okay. Just go to my channel and look at one of my videos about um Nature Boy. You can go to the T. The T has a lot of videos from when he from his relationships before he supposedly went on his journey. Who else? World News has people who knew him, in the past and knew him, followed him in the beginning of his journey. Uh, Go to some of what is his name? Young Pharaoh has videos. Nature Boy was sleeping with someone who was very spiritual or who appeared very spiritual. And that's where he got his information. But see, you have to remember, Nature Boy was a stripper. He was a hustler. He was a prostitute who, someone who knows how to work with means that they have. Um, and he's always been, just somebody always reaching in any way he can for more superficial and materialistic things. And so he used spirituality for the desires, for the um for his sexual desires and for attention. Okay, he has never been spiritual. I hate to say that because a lot of people think that maybe he was once upon a time. This man was never spiritual. Before he left, um, where people talk about their spiritual awakening. His spiritual awakening was beating a woman, his wife at the time, and mother to his child, was beating her to a pulp and almost getting 20 years. And so he fled. And when he fled to his male lover's house and packed his stuff to go and travel across the world. He was still receiving money from his male lover until he began getting money from people who came to follow him. That he's always been and will always be this type of person, unfortunately, in my opinion. Let's see. That's a good question. What made me start watching Nature Boy? If you're still, are you still in here, Sammy? I can answer that question. Uh, oh, Diope, are you Nigerian? I'm hopeful because they do leave. Although some return, a lot of them return. It takes time for them to stay away, but at least deep down there is a desire to leave. Yes, 100%. I agree with that statement. I agree with that statement, Nikki. Sammy, are you still in here? Where is it? You're right. Make sure. Okay. You're right. That narcissistic personality is what preserves him. I didn't think about that until now. It's very tragic. It's very tragic. But people think, people forget that narcissists are created. Narcissists are created so young that by the time they reach a point where we notice it, where a person notices it, they're deep. They're deep into their narcissism, and there's no way to turn back. There's no way for them to turn back. Narcissists typically die alone or with enemies standing over their bed, waiting for them to die. No human needs to teach another human about spiritual. Whew, I want to say facts, almost, almost. I want to say facts, but I think it's okay for people to lead you to spirituality. Some people might not know. Some people might come from a place where there is no spirituality, or they might come from a religious place where they want to explore more. But nobody can, I think nobody can give you the spirituality that you need. They can only guide you toward it, I think. Never follow anyone for spiritual wisdom. Godhead. Okay. So this is okay. Oh, you want to talk about cult leaders? Nick, not now. Listen, not now. Can we talk? Can you come on tomorrow? Are you able to come on tomorrow night? Cause I gotta watch a movie with my man before before he goes to bed. I'm trying to watch half of a movie at this point. Can you come on tomorrow and we can definitely talk about cult leaders? Oh my gosh, you sound like somebody I really want to build with. Um, spiritually being we are spiritual beings having a human experience. It's up to us to choose to use it in the right way. Hmm. I'm pondering about that. I meant right way. Okay, what time? Okay. So like around the same time as when I came on today, and that was what time did I get on here? 9:30. All right. So I'm going to say real quickly because I know, um, Sammy asked me a question and I'm going to answer it. I'm sorry, Sammy, for taking so long. Um, but I discovered Nature Boy because I had just created I had created a YouTube channel. Um, with the hopes of raising money and for my own personal. I was going to create like a vlog, if you want to call it that. And I was also, came on here to learn because I like gardening and doing different things. And so I wanted to be, it's so weird. I wanted to be closer to nature, right? In the city. I live in a city and I wanted to find a way to be closer to nature and grow my own produce and make my own clothes and just be more self-sufficient. And so I started learning about other channels, different channel holders. Peanut Nola was one of my first, and I loved his channel. Peanut Nola was one of my first. It was, just a lot of different DIY gardening. videos. And somehow, I don't know how, you guys, I still don't know how, but I think it was the algorithm that brought up carbonation. And it was Velvet and three other girls, Aya, Velvet, and two other people. I want to say Serenity was one of them. And I heard Velvet talk, and all I heard was babble. It made no sense, I swear. And I was like, "What is this junk?" You know, she looked pretty. All of them looked beautiful, but nothing was coming out that was making sense. But wanted to know more because they were talking about polygamy, and they were talking about polygamy, and like you said, the background. There was the background of nature. There was the background of palm trees, and it was just beautiful. And the more I watched, and again, I had to watch. Um, I didn't just fall right into it, wanting to be there or anything like that. I watched as an observer. You have to watch, objectively. And the more I watched, the faker it became to me. It didn't feel real. It didn't look real. Nothing about it seemed natural except for the scenery. And then that's when I started doing my research, and I found immediately found um, that this man was a false prophet. He wore the beads and played it off by saying his wives made it for him. And don't forget his carbonation members rising. So that's my answer, Sammy. I never got like tripped up. All right, you guys, it is officially 11 o'clock. I will be on tomorrow for anybody who's interested in coming on. And we can definitely build on. I remember Phoenix Rising. I remember him. But we can definitely build tomorrow about cults, cult leaders, and that's going to be a really good topic. Because if you know anything about cults, unfortunately, have a wonderful night, Nikki. I'm not sure what time it is where you are, but have a great evening or night. He was, yep, yep. And so YouTube is also to blame. YouTube makes a lot of money off of them too, and that's why they've been around there so long. Nate E. Brooks. But have a wonderful night, you guys. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video. Thank you so much for hanging in there, for all of you who've been here since the beginning of the live or somewhere in the middle. I will be on tomorrow. Building with, who am I building with? Not now. Hopefully you come in around 9 to 9:30. So look out for that. Peace. Have a good night. We'll be tuning in tomorrow. Thank you, Monique. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I would love to continue hearing your thoughts. Good night. I just messed it up again. You gotta come live. You have to come up. The next time the next time you come into my live, just to pronounce your name for me. Happy movie night. Oh, thank you, Major Jungle. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right, you guys, have a wonderful night. Peace and blessings. Good night, Sammy.